that they might know and be set free.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of your not-so-usual extra service. For those of you that don't know, I am JTR, and I'm the host of a little show we like to call COA Today. Now, we know this isn't our normal time slot, and you may be a little confused, but we have something extra important to say, and it just couldn't wait until third service this week. You see, our pastor has worked so hard to make this the best church we have ever been in, and he's done a great job. So we wanted to express our gratitude with a special bonus segment. Today, we're going to explore the lives of our favorite characters, offset. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to present to you Cast and Crew Caught on Camera. Alright, so we wanted to start off first with the divas, because you know, they always start the show. They weren't hard to find, all we had to do was follow the trail of giants they left behind. Seems they hit the streets to clean up a bit, bringing their hammers of course. And when we caught up with them, they were just getting off the Extreme 2 ride at the Ramsey County Fair. Only fitting for the Extreme team, don't you think? The next one was a bit of a coincidence, if you can call it that. I had a couple things to pick up from the local grocery store for Lagatha. She was making the executive producer's Sunday dinner, but ran out of onion buns for his potato soup, when all of a sudden I heard a loud cry from the next aisle, and some very loud giggles along with it. I ran over to see if I could lend a helping hand, but to my surprise it was Bahama Mama. She was shopping with a few of the girls when she was suddenly handsomized by all of the manwich. Not wanting to make it any worse, I quietly backed out of the aisle and ran for my life. You know just how those women get when they're handsomized. Whew, that was a close call.
Don't make no bologna, I don't want no ham and cheese. I want something hot and hearty, I want a manwich please.
Speaking of close calls, you would never believe where we caught up with Manwich Man. After the incident in the grocery store, I gave Manwich Man a call to see if he could take care of his woman before things got too out of hand. But when he answered, he said he was too busy. Something about the chickens and a plate of spaghetti. I figured he was having dinner and needed some help eating it all. So I thought I would, it would be kind of me to, stop what I was doing and help a brother out, because that's just what I do. But when I got there, I found myself in a lot more than a plate of spaghetti. The only spaghetti there was on the head of Mr. Figaro. Pastor Sue was trying to save the chickens, and Mrs. Figaro was trying to save Mr. Figaro, and Manwich Man, well, he was trying to save himself by getting the spaghetti monster back to where he was supposed to be. But happy to report, all the chickens were accounted for, and no one was harmed in the making of this photo.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh, and in this photo, stopped to go fishing, but the only fish I had seen were flopping on the beach. Skipper wanted to take the kids out to catch a sea breeze. Thought that they could use it after all the napping they were doing for the Gilligan lately. Man, can those fish flop. Don't worry though, Pastor. Skipper had brought lots of supervision for all of those flopping fish. Not a single one of them got back in the water. This next bunch was really easy to find. Where else would you find Frank and the girls but, like, down in the valley? Totally. Oh boy. Well, did you know that they're just as loud down there as they are on set? Wow. Just look at their clothes. They're screaming. And poor Frank, how does he do it? Well, I'd ask him, but you know he'll just say, ask Amber. The only way you could catch up with this guy is if you head to his restaurant, where he's working night and day to keep up with the nursey poo's spending habits. The only way to get through it is with willpower. And of course, we know the source of that. Philippians 4:13 says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And Will is going to be needing that strength after this next photo. Wow. Well, Will was slaving away in the hot kitchen. We caught up with the nursey poo and her barbarian babes at the ATM of all places. We asked what they were planning on buying this time, seeing as though her last purchase was the entire COA Today show. However, the only answer she had for me was, and I quote, "None of your business, big boy." I figured it was time to find my right-hand man, Tom the Bomb, and ask him what he thinks, but we all know the answer to that. I was surprised to find him working on his moves. Dance moves, that is. He said that to some people dancing takes years of practice, but for him, it just comes naturally. Because he is just that good. He even makes it look like fun. I wanted to join in, but then I remembered that I was there on a mission. So after we practiced dancing, after Tom practiced and I waited around doing absolutely nothing, we headed out to check on Will. Will and his bills. And boy, was there a lot of them. I haven't seen that much red since my report card. Hopefully someone catches up with the nursey poo and takes away all her credit cards. We thought it would help, cheer him up if we took him to see what the cool and groovy guy was doing. And now that's how you catch a wave on the east side. Cowabunga, dude. After, he and Will splashed around a bit, Will was encouraged enough to get back on the horse again.
Style and grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the kingdom.
And we know what Mrs. P would say. We best be careful how we use our words. We know how sticks and stones can break our bones, but words can really hurt. Sorry, Mr. Fred. Won't let that happen again. You just enjoy the hay. And in the words of Aurora, we got this. And when I say we, I mean me and these 24-inch pythons.
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.
Those pythons are my brother from another mother, who we caught hanging and banging at ISI. Pastor sets the bars so we can get stronger and last longer. Seems to me that the Hulkster knows that this is the real deal.
Came to play, there's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees. I came to say.
And at first glance, looks like these tough guys are just playing with dolls. Action figures. But getting a closer look at things, we found out that they were really strategizing for their next match. It's all part of the plan, sharpening their skills, all while enjoying some good old fellowship. Not sure why they're in the nursery, but I suppose that is where you keep the toys. And I didn't believe it when I heard it, so I had to check it out for myself. Pastor Nomeo has been building his army. Look for yourself. He has them all in the garden, and they are growing like flowers. What a joyful bunch. Who would have ever thought his little army of 3 could multiply so quickly? Keep up the good growth, church. And we wanted to begin the show with this next set, but they just don't move as fast as they used to, so let's see if they're ready yet.
Houston, we have a problem.
Hail, Drama Mama. It's been a long time since we've been out here and got to rhyme. And speaking of time, Drama, you stupid looking thing. Come on over here, old sloppy, and give me a smoochy one time.
Oh, stop it, old sloppy. That's not why we're out here. Did you forget what we do around this time of year? Remember that idea you had when you looked into the mirror? Not that one when you had me help you shave your ear.
Oh, now I remember. I got something pretty clever. We gotta let this young whippersnapper know we remember. So I wrote a little something. I wrote a little something when I was on another cookie bender. I got this, love you much. I know he'll always remember.
Love you much, Pastor.
Love you much, Pastor. I remember when I felt alone, I could call day or night and you'd answer the phone. I remember when we was broke, you would give us so much food, fill a whole boat.
And I remember when I was a little girl, you taught me about Jesus and it filled my world. And I remember all the songs that we sang, and the same ones I sang in that children's church sang.
I remember when I came to the Lord, and you made a way for me, and you opened your door. I remember every question I had, and you answered them all, and you never got mad.
And we remember
That you prayed for us.
when our marriage was broken and it got real rough. And we remember when our marriage was healed and it was you, Lord, used when the meanest for real.
We remember that you prayed for us
When our marriage was broken and it got real rough. And we remember when our marriage was healed and it was you the Lord used and we mean this for real. Love you much. Love you much. Love you much, Pastor.
Love you much.
Love you much, Pastor.
Yeah, Pastor, we really can't tell you how much we appreciate all that you do. Please know that we thank God every day for you. You enrich our lives by the preaching of God's word. You help us grow and thrive when you speak what you've heard. You share godly wisdom and it helps us to see. You've shown us that life is much sweeter lived as family. We love you.